Hello and welcome. My name's Mr. Allen, and I'm going to be speaking to you briefly now about studying chemistry at Sir Isaac Newton Sixth Form. So why study chemistry at Sir Isaac Newton? Well, for many people it will be essential. If you're thinking of studying medicine or dentistry at university, then chemistry is one of the topics that you'll have to study. But beyond that, there are many reasons why you would love to study chemistry. It's quite a challenging subject. It presents a perfect combination of challenge for your memory. There's lots of things to have to just simply memorized, but it also helps with problem-solving skills. There's often instances that the examiners will show you that you haven't quite seen before. Lots of cognitive reasoning with complex steps to follow, and certainly a great deal of mathematical skills are required, although nothing too tricky beyond logarithms, say. And chemistry has lots of links to other subjects. You'll get insights into physical processes such as energetic exchanges, which would overlap with what you might study in physics, and there'll be organic processes that relate to biological systems as well. So if you're interested in being a pharmacologist or a biochemist, then studying chemistry would be extremely useful in that regard. But one of the great things about studying chemistry is that it builds to form a larger and larger picture of how the world, on an atomic scale at least, works. All of our topics get related to one another. The examiners find it very easy to ask a question that skips from one topic to a different topic and then back to another completely separate topic. They're not just separated out into silos. It all builds to give a rich understanding of the world. So in terms of exam boards, we follow and use the OCR Chemistry A syllabus. Other ones are available, but that's the one that we use. It's a very popular one nationally. And if you want to come and study with us, you'll need to have sat the higher tier paper at GCSE, not the foundation paper, the higher paper. If you've done separate sciences, biology, chemistry and physics, then you'll need to have got a level 5 or above in chemistry, please. If you've done the double award or combined science, trilogy, science, GCSE, whichever way it's named at your school, then 2 5s or above is fine there. We do get a number of students come to us who have only done the combined science GCSE, and they get on just fine with a little bit of hard work, of course. So in terms of what we study for chemistry, there are 6 different modules which we teach throughout the year. Module 1 actually is all of the practical elements, so we actually start with Module 2 at the beginning of Year 12. And the topics range from inorganic chemistry, traditional periodic table-based chemistry, organic chemistry, carbon-based chemistry that relates to many life processes, and there's a great deal of synthesis and analysis going on in there. And then there's physical chemistry, where we think perhaps about energetic changes or rates of reaction, equilibrium, and many other things. So Module 1, as I said, contains all of the practical elements, and actually that gets split up throughout the course. We'll have a number of lessons where we'll get out some chemicals and some glassware and follow a detailed set of instructions. They can be challenging, but they add to the learning experience, really challenging you to take what we've learned in theory and to put it into practice, as well as gaining many valuable skills that would stand you in good stead at university. One of the key things that's involved, though, in studying chemistry is committing a fair amount of your time to it. Obviously, you'll have lots of hours of lessons, but you'll also need to study at home or in your spare time in order to keep up with what is a very demanding course. You need to know that from the outset. And all of it will culminate at the end of Year 13 with just 3 exams totaling 6 hours. They're not all 2 hours each. There's a couple of 2-hour 15 exams, and then the third and final one is an hour and a half. But it all comes down to those at the end of the day. In terms of resources and textbooks, one of the best resources we've got is a detailed delivery schedule that you have access to online with lots of links in it. It will show you which lessons are coming up, which homework's going to be due in for a particular lesson. You can read ahead on the lessons. You can even get ahead on your homeworks if you want to, but otherwise you'll have a fully detailed map of what we're doing and when and the structure of the course. Within that delivery map will also be references to the textbook that we use. We prefer the CGP A-Level Chemistry OCR A textbook. although many other books are available as long as they're Chemistry OCR A. But our biggest strength has got to be an extensive bank of online materials. We've got a large number of questions that we can use in lessons, which we'll use for the homeworks, that we'll use for tests, and you'll never ever run out. You'll never be able to answer each and every one of them. But if there's a particular lesson that you're struggling with, there'll be plenty of practice material to help you along. As teachers, we'll pick out the best questions for you to look at in the lessons to present to you in your homeworks, but there'll be so many others as well. We love chemistry at Sir Isaac Newton. It should be no surprise. We went away, got a degree in it at university and decided we love it so much that we just want to come back and teach it to others. But the links that we have to other subjects like physics and biology and maths make us a truly important subject to study at A-level. As a school, we're very well equipped for practical work. We can pick and choose from whichever experiments we want to perform. We're never limited into thinking that we can't do this or we can't do that, and that's a joy to have as a teacher. And because we get a great many students coming to study chemistry with us, it means that as a student, you benefit from the fact that you might have a lesson that you can't attend one week. Perhaps you're visiting a university or such, and so there are 2 or 3 other times that lesson will occur in the same week on different days where you might be able to go and attend that lesson instead. As teachers, it means that we've taught the same lesson 2 or 3 times every year and have a great deal of experience in teaching our topics because of that. You'll find that when you get your timetable for chemistry, like every other subject, there'll be an hour for consolidation in the mornings. This is wonderful as well because it means that students can focus on what they want to focus on. They're not having to be led by the teacher at the front of the room. And in fact, the teacher will act as a facilitator, answering the most difficult questions that those students are facing at that time. If at any other time a student has a question, though, they merely have to find us. We're in early, we stay after the final bell has gone, and we love it when students come to ask us for help. We want you to do the best that you can do, and we love helping people to do that, and love it when people come to ask us questions. Our best students are those that come to us for help when they need it. So I hope you found that informative to begin with. If you have any other further questions, though, of course, please do ask them. Thank you for listening.